YouTube? This is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the robot Damashii Gym Sniper 2 Ver Anime. Now, I have been waiting for this figure for a long time, and I'll be honest, I am kind of on the late side of reviewing this figure because I believe this figure has been released about a month ago, or at least more than a month, as far as I can tell. I could have pre-ordered it, but being a normal retail figure, I'd say just to wait off until Gundam Base actually gets it, so I could use my coupons and, discount points so I could get it cheaper. Well, I was able to get it cheaper, but way later, so I've decided to tell myself, oh, sorry about that, I decided to tell myself I am going to mostly, pre-order figures from now on from Bandai, because Korea gets them very late. Alright, so, yesterday I reviewed and uploaded the HGUC Gym Sniper 2, and basically in this video we're going to do a comparison, but before the comparison I am going to do my full review on the figure itself as well. Okay, so now let's get on to the review. Now, first of all, I would like to mention the Ver Anime. The Robot Damashii figure definitely had I had more easier time doing the sniper pose compared to the HGUC version. Not that it's not impossible, it's just that it's a little bit more trickier. That's how I'm just gonna say it. Okay, so as usual, let's go on with components. So first of all, what you get, of course, is the figure itself, the Gym Sniper 2. And then for hand-wise, currently I have the trigger finger on the right hand, and then the normal fist-type hand on the left hand. Because Robot Damashis don't actually give full fists, unlike how SHF figure does it. And on the left hand is currently I attached the shield on it. Not the shield handle on it, so I can save a little bit of time. And the two beam saber hilts are on its back skirts. So I'm gonna put this a little bit to the side, and let's talk about the components. So, being a Robot Damashii figure, there's a good amount of stuff. So first of all, let's talk with the important ones. First of all is the sniper rifle. It is beautiful. I mean, you even got the green. This is actually a clear green piece. Although it would have been nice if it was actually more like an inside. But yeah, you can see the clear green piece onto that. And then if you look at front, you can see that it's kind of connected on the other side as well. Well, I'm not saying it's like as a tube, but there's another clear green piece on it. And then unlike the HGUC sniper rifle, this one is colored pretty well, how the master grade is. Although I believe the handle of this part is more of a different style or design, but oh well. And then we get the bullpup machine gun. We've seen this in the the Gym Cold District type figure as well. And then we get another hand rack. Now the interesting part is that the hand rack and the beam saber effect parts is not actually included on the package itself. This plastic package thing, it's actually packed in a separate clear plastic bag sort of thing on. So that I kind of find that interesting. So other than the hands I'm going to use for this review, we have the open hand for the left hand for the sniping pose, and then we have the right hand, or wait, what? Oh no, this is not the hand I was thinking, but this is basically the beam saber hand. But this one I kind of messed up because I kind of got the wrong idea on which hand I'm supposed to use regarding some stuff basically. So I'm going to take off this one. Come on. Okay, there we go. And then, so yeah. So here's the hands what we get. So first of all, we have another trigger finger for the left hand. And then we get another open hand for the left hand as well. Currently I have the other one right over here. And then we have another semi-open hand for left and right. And then here we have the hands meant for the beam saber. Now the reason I swapped this out is because I saw you could not put the shield handle onto the fist, because I believe for the Ver Anime that was not possible. But this one is possible, and I accidentally put the shield handle on this hand, and now it kind of, how should I say, stretched up, so it cannot hold the beam saber tightly anymore. So that's kind of my fault. And then we have the other fist hand. So, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. And then let's talk about the other stuff. So here we have some other stuff. So we have these thruster parts. Once again, I think these are the different ones. I believe these are the ones that you can also get if you buy the Zakuto Kai version. But you get 3, I believe, from that. But yeah, we have you only get 2, so you're gonna have to, work your way around if you want to have the effect parts. Here we have the shield. Very nice colored. And then we have the shield connecting parts. This is the part that allows you to connect to the backpack, which doesn't work too well even up to my third experience, like I believe the Alex, the Jim Cole districts, like you could connect them, but they kind of fall off a little bit easy. And then finally, we have this thing, which is a first time seeing, and because this is actually meant to store in the machine gun like this. Kind of interesting. Of course, the mag will pop out, but yeah, I just showed you guys that. And then let's see, we have this part, which is actually another shield connector. This is the shield connector we saw with the Alex, which basically clips onto the arm. So I'm not going to demonstrate this because it doesn't really work on mine that well, to be honest. And then we have this interesting part, which is actually meant for the sniper rifle to be stored into the backpack or side of the backpack. But yeah, this is something I really was hoping to, I really wanted to try out. So that's that. And this part, I guess this is more of a leftover piece because in the manual it basically mentioned if you have the hyper bazooka from another gym, from a different robot Damashii, you can attach the bazooka onto this and then store it onto the back of the figure as well. Since this thing does not actually come with the bazooka, I'm not going to demonstrate that as well. And another thing that I love about these figures is that they give you a extra piece for the frail parts, minus the RX-78 figures. This is a spare antenna. Once again, very thank you for that. And then here's the odd part. Now, this sniper rifle and the machine gun, these are not beam weapons. These weapons actually fire live rounds, meaning real bullets. But for some reason, they give you this beam effect part, which is actually meant for beam rifles or beam guns. However, even in the manual, they tell you that you can attach the beam effect part onto this or onto this, which is very odd. So I'm not sure what they were thinking, but yeah, this is one of the main few odd parts regarding the figure. And other than that, we have the typical 2 beam saber effect parts and the bent one. So once again, I've shown these enough, so I don't think it's really necessary to do this. But I will show you guys how the hand holds the beam saber. And then we have the sticker decal sheet. We have some number 1 to 9, and then another symbol over there, and that's pretty much it. And then this is not a leftover piece. This is actually something I took off from the figure. It's meant you have to take this part off in order to store the sniper rifle onto the backpack, which I will show you guys in the review. Alright, let's get on to the review, actually. So, I'm just going to show you guys a simple comparison right off the bat. So you can see the left one being the robot Damashii, right being the HGUC version. You can see there is a bit of color difference, and overall the design, while the HGUC version has more angle, more of a blocky style design, the robot Damashii definitely has a more smooth and roundish more design here and there. Color wise, there's actually a little bit more a shade or tone difference, while the HGUC version is more lighter, while the robot Damashii version is actually more darker. And this robot Damashii version is one of the few cases where there is a non-vert anime version, but I believe I think that one is actually more easier to get and cheaper as well. So go figure. When we look at the back, there's more details like on the red on the thrusters and the beam sabers being more longer. And you can see on the elbow parts, you can see there are some color separations going on there. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the comparison. Now let's get on to the articulation. Okay, so I'm going to change the angle a bit. There we go. Let's look at the head. Now, one of the downsides, one of the only few downsides regarding this figure would be on the head. Now, other than that beam effect part, because that's not much of a big deal, but this might be a big deal. Now, when we finally saw some official images of this was the part that kind of disappointed some people, because you can see on the chin that seam line. I don't know what. I'm not gonna say too much about it, but I find it like I think they could have done a little bit better, but oh well. But overall, the head looks amazing, except for that seam line. You can see the head camera on the visor or scope is very nice. It's colored in a nice green metallic color, I think. And then you can pull it down, and there you go. And of course, the camera behind that is not colored or anything, but still good enough. And unlike the HGUC version, this is already colored, or maybe a color separated already. So yeah, there's once again no back head camera, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, it can go down that much. Now, unlike the other gyms we've seen so far, the head articulation isn't that much superb. So yeah, it doesn't. Well, sort of. I mean, it's still good, but not as where it can see upwards 90 degrees. So it's still good, but not as like exact equal. So you can go up that much. That is a very good angle. And then 360 twist, yeah, it's possible. Then again, I'm not sure if, like, why would a mobile suit be twisting its head 360 time to time, actually. Unless there's like a bunch of enemies. Okay, so we've seen that. Now let's look at the backpack for one. For once, we have this hole on the backpack, which is actually meant for storing the shield onto the backpack. So here we go. Now this connector, for some reason, it doesn't work that well on the long run. So you connect it, you can connect it, but it kind of falls off a little bit easily. Now you can, it feels like it's pretty secure in there, but like if you move the shield around, it falls off. But this is one of the first few cases where, no, not actually first few cases, but this is something that the HGUC did not support, where you can store the shield on the backpack. So, and this is actually definitely gives a really nice vibe, because usually when you're doing in a sniper pose, your back is always vulnerable. This is very a big help. So once again, I moved the shield, popped out. So another interesting part is that we have these two thrusters. We have these other two ones, but the manual doesn't really mention them. But I guess you can sort of put it in there. Yeah, it actually fits. So you have these two thrusters. I'm not sure if mine's a defective one, but you can put one in there with no problem. But the other one, you kind of need to jam it in there like that. So kind of a odd situation, but it still works. And then these also fit on the ones on the legs. Just want to show you guys that as well. On the legs, since they're on different angles, there's no problem for that. But yeah, that's another thing I kind of found interesting. Okay, now let's look at the main body. Okay, the main body, definitely nice ab crunch going on. You can see the cockpit going inside, and then 360 twist. Oops, where'd it go? Okay. 360 twist is no problem at all, and once again the beam saber for the left one actually pops out a little bit more easier, so I'm just going to take it off just in case. And then let's look at the articulation regarding the arms. Now this also does have that moving chest plate piece where it can go inside for more articulation. You can see that. And then the shoulder itself, well, this one does not actually, the shoulder itself doesn't move forward and backwards because of how the structure is, but the shoulder can go up. It can go up a good amount, so this actually helps the sniper pose a lot. And the arm itself can twist 360, and then I believe the bottom section, no, okay, not the bottom section, okay. And then we have a nice double jointed bend going on there. And then the hands are your typical robot Damashii style ball jointed hands, and this also has you can twist or you can move the wrist 90 degrees, so that's another interesting aspect. Okay, now let's look at the waist section. The waist section, nothing too special going on. I believe if you have the master grade, wait, I'm not sure if it was the master grade or the gym command type, but basically you can store in one of those ammo packs of the bullpup machine gun onto the side skirts, but that's not present in the Robot Damashii version. And here we have another storage system for I assume it's for the bazooka, but once again, we only get the connector, so that's that. And so the side skirt moves a little bit, front skirt moves a good amount, back skirt does not move at all. And so for the legs, we have a nice 90 degree up front, backwards not so much, but we have a nice double jointed bend going on there, showing some knee effect parts. So yeah, and it's on a ball joint, but it's on a ball joint, so there's no side swivel going on, but itself moves a good amount, so no need to worry about that part. And your feet are your typical ball jointed feet, so no issue at all. Okay, so now let's get on to the review. So I showed you guys for the equipment, of course. I showed you guys how the shield works on the backpack. You can also connect to the handle itself, or if you don't like that, you can also clip on. But if you clip onto the arm, the shield will be facing backwards, so keep that in mind. So you're gonna have to twist the arm like constantly if you're gonna use that clipping mechanism. So that's that. Let's see. Okay. Regarding that piece, you have each one on each side, so it's really up to your choice. It's your choice whether to choose on the left or right. I'm just gonna show you guys on this side because I took that part off, and they don't come off that easily. So they might fly off when you do it. So if you look at the scope, there's a actual hole below the scope. You can connect this peg here. There you go, and then connect it to the backpack. There's actually a hole there if you open it up, and there you go. That's actually pretty nice. I mean, I guess if you don't like it facing upwards, I guess you could do it the other way around, like this, But once again, that's really up to you. So either way works. So just do what's best for you. And once again, like how most robot Damashii figures are, the weapon, you have to jam the weapon into the hands until it works. So once again, we have, come on, there we go. We have the ballpoint machine gun, no issue at all when it comes to holding or posing. So yeah, we've seen this before. Nothing too special regarding that. Where's that hand? Okay, here's the hand. This is the non-damaged hand. So yeah. So if you don't mess up like me, the beam saber should be held like that. On the other hand, I tried it and it does not fit anymore. I mean, it's just loose. This one is pretty tight, so all you need to do is hold the beam saber effect part, and there you go. And that doesn't fall off. And now let's look at the beam sniper. I mean, not beam, the sniper rifle for this. Now, once again, same thing. There's no dedicated hand, you just need to jam it in there, and there you go. You have the sniper rifle. Now, because of the moving shoulder, that actually really helps a lot. Also, regarding the leg, a kneeling pose is no problem at all because, you know, the knees bend a good amount, so you can. So a kneeling pose is no problem at all. I also forgot, like, despite not being on a side swivel, the legs can go still to the side a good amount. Not 90 degrees, but still all just enough. So sniping pose is pretty easy because of that shoulder. I'm just gonna swap. You know, I'm not gonna swap out the hand. I'm just gonna save some time. Imagine that I'm having the open hand there. So now the tricky part is that, or at least like how most people do, or on the box show, is that the scope is actually right in front of the head, or at least in front of the visor. So what you do is you can close the visor, and then all you need to do is kind of like you know. Once again, it's not something that can be done right away. You just need to fiddle around, but yeah, once you get the gist of it, it's no problem at all actually. So of course you're gonna need to twist the hand a little bit, and then there you go. Just requires a little bit of angle management, and yeah, something like this. So just imagine if I have an open hand here, so it's no problem on the angle. So you can see I was able to pull off like the sniping pose a little bit more faster compared to the HGUC version. So definitely helps out doing some certain poses. And that's pretty much it for the review. Now, if you bought the previous like Gym Code Districts type, you know what to expect when it comes to quality or articulation regarding the figure. Now, the figure is very fun. It actually provides more playability compared to the HGUC version. I'm not saying the HGUC version is bad, but this thing has more stuff than you could expect compared to that. So, once again, if you are a collector of Robot Damashii figures, I definitely would recommend getting the Gym Sniper Anime because it's top-notch quality figures. Of course, there are some odd parts where it gives you a beam effect part for the sniper rifle, which that doesn't make any sense, but still comes with a nice shield, and a nice ballpoint machine gun, and these two interesting thruster effect parts. So if you like it, go get it because it's definitely worth the money. Anyway, thank you for watching the review. This was the review of the Robot Damashii Gym Sniper 2 Vert Anime. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time!